Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown for the 7th of March, Wednesday. All right, guys. God, it feels good when you just get that load off your back. 2-0 yesterday on the video picks. We had the 3-team teaser that covered very, very easily. And also, we had Portland in the third quarter. My God, they came out storming. They outscored their opponent 30-19 in that third quarter. So the Knicks didn't have anything for them. We went 2-0 on the free video picks, and just as important, if not more importantly, went 2-0 once again with the paid picks. We cashed big time yesterday with Gonzaga on the first half and Notre Dame on the first half. That was a really sharp spot because Notre Dame barely squeaked the win out against Pitt, so it looks good. Hey, I want to do a shout out to my buddy Jason. All right, this guy won a ton of money back in the day when we were the odds couple when I was with Pistol Pete, and sent me yesterday a picture of a Harley Davidson he had bought. God, he won over $80,000 during that NFL run I went on. And I just want to throw a big shout out to him because he loves it when we talk about that. Somebody going to pay for that shit. And he knows what I'm talking about. Also, I want to throw a big shout out to K Zaga. All right, you got some great energy, my man. Thank you for your kind comments. And yes, the Zags got it done in a big way last night. And David H., all right, jumping all over me. Why don't you man up, Brenner, and take a dog? Well, if the underdog was my strength, David, I would. But you know what? I got to stick to what I do. Some people have different routes, different, they have their own different edge and avenue. So, don't jump on me because I manned up yesterday. I didn't take a dog, and we went 4-0. So I'll take that any day of the week. But no hard feelings, David. I hope you keep tuning in, buddy. I appreciate your support, whether it's good or bad. Hey, my dad always said any attention's better than no attention. All right, guys, let's get into it because we are right in the middle of March Madness. Louisville ACC tournament taking on Florida State. Both teams staggered into the finish line at the end of the regular season. Louisville, losers of 4 of the last 5, and Florida State lost 2 out of the last 3. This team just sometimes looks terrible. Coach Leonard Hamilton, I think it's time you step up your game, buddy. Get your players prepared to play. All right? They split 2 meetings during the season between the 2 of them, and right now it's Florida State favored -1. No call in that. Then we've got another ACC game. Number 5, North Carolina State taking on number 12 seeded Boston College. All right, NC State, they're playing the best ball they have played all year. Winners of 5 of 6, shooting a little over 50% in those 5 wins. That's getting it done. Boston College, on the other hand, if it wasn't for sophomore guard Kai Bowman, this kid was on fire versus Georgia Tech. Without him, they'd really be in some trouble. And right now, it's North Carolina State favored -3, okay? Might have a pick on that. We'll see what happens. Moving down, Pac-12, you've got Arizona State taking on Colorado, okay? Coach Bobby Hurley, he said, hey, I take responsibility for the crash and fall of this team. Remember, they were 12-0 in non-conference play before really laying an egg, finishing the season at 20-10, all right? The discipline was a big part of that. Hurley owned it, took responsibility. I like that, by God, when you own what you do, when you own your results, all right? I've always said that. We don't gloat when we win. We own it when we lose. So I think Arizona State might come out a little bit fired up, but you're facing a pesky Colorado team. They limped into the tourney, though, losers of 4 of 5. They split the regular season meeting, so they know how to get up for Arizona State. Right now, it's Arizona State -7. No call in that one. All right, Big 12 action, baby. We got Oklahoma taking on Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, ooh, wow, they celebrated senior night in a big fashion. They stormed the court after beating Kansas. They swept the season series with the Jayhawks, so that's big for momentum. That builds a heck of a lot of emotion as well. Oklahoma, you talk about somebody limping. Wow, they lost 7 out of 9 before in Big 12 play this year. They lost 7 of their last 9, okay? So Big 12 has not been kind to them. Trae Young should be ready to go. He's got that hip injury. That guy, when he's on fire, because he leads the nation in scoring and assists. When Trae Young goes, that's how Oklahoma goes. Right now, you're looking at a pick'em. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Big 12 action. I don't have a call on that. Then you're looking at some Big East action. 2 coaches that used to play against each other in college and in the NBA. Chris Mullin of St. John's going up against Georgetown and Patrick Ewing. I love both of these coaches, all right, because the players enjoy playing for them. They understand what it's like as a player, especially when you get into these tournaments. Reds. All right, here we go. Shamori Pons, he's playing out of his head before he got injured. He missed the last 2 games, but I'm hearing that he will definitely be back. And St. John, the Redmen, they go as Shamori Pons goes. He is definitely the undisputed leader of that team. Now, Georgetown, they beat the Red Storm both times this year. It's hard. We've talked about this. It is hard to beat a team 3 times consecutively in one season, but anything can happen. The winner is to face Xavier on Thursday. St. John favored in this game, -4.5. No call on that one. And then ACC play. Notre Dame got it done for us yesterday in the first half. All right, and then struggled. I'm talking about struggled down the second half against Pittsburgh. My God, you're talking about Pittsburgh. But Mike Bray said he didn't like what he saw, and he let his team know it afterwards. He said, we got a short turnaround to get back on that court and prove our worth, because they have got to do something special to make it to the big dance. All right, Virginia Tech had one big signature win this year over state rival Virginia. They beat Notre Dame 80-75 earlier in the year, but that was without the number 2 scorers for Notre Dame. Okay, so that's a whole different team with Bonzie Coleman in the lineup. We're going to have a play in this. We're pulling the trigger, baby, with Notre Dame fighting Irish first half -1. I like that because Mike Bray was not happy with that second half performance yesterday, and he said, we better come out on fire. We better come out focused. I think they'll get it done. I think Virginia Tech, I just don't see them getting up for this game. I think Bonzie Coleman's going to have a big first half, so I like that play. Win or lose, we like it, baby. That's right, Notre Dame pulling that trigger. First half -1. And then you got a game, has no line out yet. Syracuse taking on North Carolina. Syracuse lost 78-74 at home versus the Tar Heels earlier in the year. All right, but they woke up and they had a big win yesterday, 73-64 over Wake Forest. They have got to do something special also if they want to make it to the big dance, baby, and do that tango. They're taking on North Carolina, who suffered 2 losses at the end of the season. I have said this for a long time. Roy Williams, this guy is not only getting older, but he has trouble keeping his team focused and getting his guys fired up. All right, you're playing against Duke, the last game of the season. You got a 10-point lead going into halftime. That is when you got a coach right there. He didn't get it done. Duke came out, whooped that tail, outscored them by 20 in the second half, and got the outright win by 10. So North Carolina, they better be careful here against Jim Boeheim. Boeheim still knows how to coach for Syracuse. As I'm filming this, there's no line against Syracuse and North Carolina. All right, guys, let's talk about some NBA action. We got a limited slate. Houston, all right, is at Milwaukee. How about them Rockets? My God, who's going to slow that team down? They're going for 17 in a row after shutting down the Thunder start to finish last night. The Thunder, they seem to get up for them big tier teams, but you know what? They don't have anything for Houston. They may have Golden State's number, but when it comes time for Houston, they're in trouble. And also Chris Paul picking up some steam, 5 for 6 from three-point land. James Harden, 23 points, 11 assists, doing what he does best, the undisputed leader of that team. And then don't forget Clint Capella quietly being a huge factor on the boards. Milwaukee, they lost by 3 on Monday to the Pacers. The Greek Freak has 19 30-point game performances, going for number 20. That is definitely to be admired. But he also is the same guy that said his knees are really starting to hurt, because when Jason Kidd was coaching that team, I think he used him a little bit too much in positions and spots when they didn't need to, when they had big leads or when they were getting blown out. If Milwaukee wants any kind of chance to hang with Houston, all right, Jabari Parker has got to step up and have a big game. I don't think Houston overlooks this team because Milwaukee is playing good ball, okay? They've got the talent on that team, even though they're dealing with some injuries. Houston, -6 at Milwaukee. No call in that one. Okay, here we go. Pelicans. New Orleans Pelicans taking on Sacramento. New Orleans, that's right, baby. Going for 10 in a row. Anthony Davis, after he learned how to live without Boogie Cousins, this team has put it together. And Drew Holiday is one of the big reasons. He has been unstoppable as of late. And Rajon Rondo chipping in with assists. He's being a very unselfish player. I like it. I think that kid makes a big difference there. Here's the kicker, though. Anthony Davis took a good solid elbow to the ribs in the second quarter of their last game. He came back, but he said, I'm not going to lie to you. It's sore. It hurts. And anybody that's had a rib injury, because I had one in football, I'll tell you right now, it takes time. I think he's going to be a little bit sore. I don't know. This could be a trap game. Sacramento well-rested, winners of 2 out of the last 3. They're no threat for the playoffs, but you know what? That could be dangerous because they've got nothing to lose. So I'm going to stay off of that. New Orleans Pelicans favored -5.5. And then you got Cleveland playing against Denver. Somebody going to pay for that shit game. That's right. It was just 5 days ago. Denver went into Cleveland and whooped that ass 126-117. All right. This, for me, 10-foot pole game, baby. I'm off of this one. Would not be surprised if Cleveland comes out and does maybe squeak out a win. But I'm not going to be doing nothing with it. You got Tristan Thompson. They say he's injured from an ankle or whatever, but I think it's that Kardashian curse, for crying out loud. Anybody dating a Kardashian, their career goes downhill and it goes quick. Look at Reggie Bush. Holy cow. All right, I'll get off of that one. But you got to be careful there. Larry Nance, though, has filled in admirably. He had 22 points, 15 boards versus the Pistons the other day. And as King Gino says, well, that's the Pistons, the worst team in the league. They might be. They damn sure might be. But here's the thing. Larry Nance showed up. That guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I don't know where he's going to end up, because when LBJ leaves Cleveland, you're going to see that team dismantle. Right now, it is Cleveland. Cleveland is going to be getting 2.5 here. So Denver favored -2.5 against Cleveland. And I'm going to be staying off of that one. But here's another game that could be dangerous. Orlando playing at the Lakers. Lakers favored -7. Brandon Ingram is out. He's hurting. Kyle Kuzma is going to be filling in, and he needs to step up and have a big game. Orlando had a 2-game win streak come to a halt when they got shellacked by 14 against Utah. All right, Lakers favored -7. I've got no call in that one. I got to get out of here. Got a big day ahead of us, but we do got one strong call today, guys. Notre Dame fighting Irish on that first half, -1. All right, pay it forward, guys. On a serious note, spend that special time with your family. Make sure you're doing it consistently, and reach out a hand and help a complete stranger along the way. It does go a long way in life, all right? All right, guys, bet responsible, beat your bookie, and build that bank up with Brenner. By God, we're not quitting, and we're getting hot, so let's ride that wave, all right? And again, get a hold of me through the paid picks. I'm telling you, nothing but satisfied customers. You can reach me at MikeBrennerSports@gmail.com. Have a great day, guys, and don't forget the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown is coming to you, baby.